Hi, everybody. We're back for another public access TV watch party. Um, let's see. I'm looking in chat. We've got Michael Tomorrow saying, "Does this say live in 3 hours for everyone else?" Yeah, I don't know what that was all about, Michael. My only guess is that I am traveling, so that might have been why the time was thrown off. I hope that doesn't throw everybody off. Anyway, hello, Mark Thorner in chat. Nice to have you here. So we're here for another public access TV watch party. I think something might have been screwed up with the time, giving 3 hours off. But we are live right now. So, um, so we're gonna just keep going here. Let me just make sure. Cardboard Clown is saying, I still got a notification, so if people have it set, they should know. Tondal is saying David is a girl. All right, this is all good. We are live. By the way, the Beyond Vaudeville shop at Etsy is open, so if you want something like this, you can find it there at etsy.com, Beyond Vaudeville. Hi, Dirk Vandenberg. Thanks for joining us and everybody else who is here already. So we're going to watch some more classic public access from the 80s and 90s. Tondal is saying listens to the show while feeding their baby every day. Wow. That's good. Indoctrinate these children when they're young. Joy Coquette says, yes, notifications are beneficial. Yes, that's exactly true, Joy, which is why I always encourage everyone, if you haven't done it already, to subscribe to At Beyond Vaudeville here on YouTube and on Instagram and Facebook. And then this way you will always know what we're up to and when we're live and all that stuff. So we've got some great public access clips to watch tonight and or whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. I thought we'd get started with a report on Channel J. So in New York, we had public access TV, but we also had something called leased access TV, which was anyone could put on a show, but you actually had to buy the time from the cable system. So public access was free. Anyone could put on a show like Beyond Vaudeville, or you could do leased access and buy the time. Well, what happened was that most of the people that ended up buying time so that they had a guaranteed time slot at 9 p.m. or whenever it was, turned out to be some of the more X-rated stuff that you probably have heard about. Robin Bird had a show, and Al Goldstein, who had Screw Magazine, had a show called Midnight Blue. And this, what we're going to watch now, was a report about Channel J and the controversy of Channel J that aired on A Current Affair, which was the first big TV project for Rupert Murdoch and led to his Fox TV empire, with a younger Maury Povich hosting. So let's take a look now and watch this report on Channel J. All right.
Music is mighty hot.
There's nothing like it in most American cities, and for that, we can be thankful. Believe me. But something's going on in New York television that defies explanation, provokes the question, how can they get away with this stuff? It's wide open cable TV, and the pressure is on to switch it off for good. Turn on your television in New York City, and you might see this.
Hi, Queen. This Esther.
The girl Dante is on the bottom. Yes, he's dead.
You call that sexy?
You won't find these television shows listed in the TV guide, but you'll find them on a cable channel in New York. The channel is called J, But what's broadcast after 10 p.m. is definitely X-rated.
What goes on in the so-called adult time period is disgusting and, in my view, is illegal and ought not to be shown.
Porn on TV might seem absurd, but in New York, it's absolutely legal. Manhattan Cable is the largest cable operator in New York, servicing over 250,000 homes. In accordance with the New York Bureau of Franchises, a regulatory commission, certain channels must be designated as public access. This means that New Yorkers have the legal right to use these channels to broadcast whatever they choose to produce. Some New Yorkers choose to broadcast programs which are controversial, to say the least. Victor Labasso is the president of Manhattan Cable. His company oversees the transmission of 17 channels, including the shocking Channel J.
We don't have any control over what goes on the channel. We are required to put it on. I really don't know if that's something that the city thought that would happen. This is something that we thought would happen. We thought it would be normal type programming for the viewers of the New York area.
Before 10 o'clock at night, the programs that New Yorkers submit for broadcast are more normal in format. There's a restaurant review show, the Daily Mass from St. Patrick's Cathedral, and a program called Taxi Talk, which gives New York cabbies an opportunity to air their beefs. But during the adult shows, prime time becomes slime time, and the shows show it all.
We refuse to carry any programming that we believe to be in violation of the obscenity law. In effect, they're saying what cannot be shown. At the same time, the city of New York is telling us that anything that is not covered by the obscenity law must be shown. Manhattan Cable is put in a very, very difficult position by this. We try to do the best we can to make a judgment that we can in light of the laws that we're operating under.
According to a 1973 Supreme Court decision, material is ruled obscene if 1, it depicts sex in a patently offensive way. 2, it lacks serious literary, artistic, political, or scientific value. 3, if the local community deems it to appeal solely to a morbid or shameful interest in sex and nudity. New Yorkers George Urban, also known as Ugly George, and former financier Dan Landers are Channel J producers who maintain their shows are not obscene.
Call us now.
They support their productions by selling ads, and you can be sure the ads aren't for Coke or Pepsi.
It's an aberration. It's people in desperate need of money with no morals and no principles trying to fleece the public and make a sewer of a city in the process.
George Urban has been called disgusting, a menace, a degenerate. He simply calls himself ugly. And what he does to pretty New York women is unbelievable. For the last decade, Ugly George roams the streets of New York wearing a silver jumpsuit and with a video camera perched on his shoulder.
Don't smile at the camera. Your big chance and you blew it.
He approaches women with an unusual request to take it off to get on cable TV. As incredible as it may seem, some women actually agree.
This could be your big chance. I would say the percentage of New York City girls who later on feel guilty and regret posing nude for Ugly George is 100%.
Janet had dreams of being an actress, but today she cringes when she remembers her TV debut.
I don't like the idea. I don't think something like that should be allowed. And I think a lot of the girls who do it, like me, didn't really realize, didn't think through what it was they were doing.
You've heard of Carson, Sajak, and Letterman? Well, on Channel J, there's Landers and a program called Interludes After Midnight. It's a talk show, all right, but that's where the similarity ends. You see, Dan and his guests do their talking in the nude. Some angry New Yorkers claim this uncensored sleaze is responsible for the decay in their community.
What we would like to see is what we'd like to see in general, and that is to try to get what I grew up here in this city, which used to be called by Damon Runyon Baghdad on the Hudson, ceased to be Sodom and Gomorrah on the East River. It's the same geography. It's just an entirely different place. And more has to be done to get it back so that it is human, it is a family-oriented situation, and it isn't in the hands of the scumbags like Goldstein.
To those who oppose...
By the way, if you're just tuning in, we are watching an old clip from A Current Affair, a very early Fox TV project. And it's profiling Channel J, which was leased access in New York, which was filled with adult content. It was basically people like Al Goldstein, the publisher of Screw magazine. We're looking at his filthy office right now. he would buy the time from the cable company, and they called it leased access. It was like inexpensive time that he could buy by the hour on the cable system. So let's go back.
The pornography on Channel J. Al Goldstein is the sleaziest, most offensive producer of them all. For 20 years, Goldstein has been publishing the raunchiest publication in America, Screw Magazine. For the last 13 years, he's been producing and starring in the video version of the magazine called Midnight Blue. This program is the longest running, the best financed, and the most controversial of all the shows on Channel J. From Television City in New York, Al Goldstein presents Midnight Blue.
Midnight Blue is a 60 minutes with nudity, except it focuses on the bedroom. To those people who complain that Midnight Blue is available on their basic cable package, I have a simple one-word answer, and that answer is tough.
I have a couple of comments about Al Goldstein. One is that if you tried to picture in your mind the insect that Al Goldstein most closely reminds me of, and you found it in your bathtub, you'd first of all scrub the bathtub and probably move.
Riley's evaluation of me makes me feel I'm in the right battle, fighting the right enemies, and his fear of sex is the problem. He is sexophobic. He thinks sex is dirty, and the problem is not us.
We're having a party.
So that was that was the report on Channel J in New York. Homeboy H. Jefferson is saying a real gentleman and a scholar. I guess you were referring to Al Goldstein. That Al Goldstein that we were watching at the end there had a really sad, kind of pathetic end. He ended up basically homeless. He had been living large for many years, always liked smoking big cigars and living large, and he eventually just had a sad end. So, hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Jose Montano, Mark Thorner, Amanda Lust. Hello, Dennis Devine. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We were just watching a report on Channel J in New York, which was leased access. Dennis Devine is asking, wasn't Goldstein a would-be Larry Flint? Yeah, Goldstein was kind of a very kind of low-rent adult magazine publisher, right? So there was Hugh Hefner and Penthouse, Bob Guccione, and then there was this lower tier of Al Goldstein, but he was a fixture on New York cable with his show Midnight Blue. Okay, so anyway, let's move on. By the way, if you're just joining us, thank you. And we do have the super chat up and running. So if you are willing and able to participate in the super chat to help us in digitizing all these classic public access shows, please do. There's been some talk in the chat about Stairway to Stardom. We've talked about Stairway to Stardom a little bit because the host, Frank Massey, was a guest on Beyond Vaudeville, where we had given him an award, and we watched that not long ago here in one of these TV watch parties. But I thought tonight I'd share some clips from Stairway to Stardom. Thank you, Jose Montano, by the way, for the super chat. As always, thank you. So Stairway to Stardom, we looked at the Richard Rothman show before and how he would have guests that, would give some kind of contribution to get some airtime on the show. And this was the case in Stairway to Stardom as well. So let's take a look at Frank Massey and introducing his original partner in this project, Stairway to Stardom, which was basically a talent show. Evie was Evie Day is who he's going to introduce. And she would do these commercials within the show, encouraging people to contact them. And let's take a look at one of those ads within the public access show. Stairway to Stardom.
And now we go for a commercial. Hello. Hope you're enjoying the show. How would you like to appear on Stairway to Stardom? I'm Evie Day, and when I'm working for Complete Entertainer, I come in contact with so many talented young people whose main ambition is to get into show business, be on TV. If you have talent, here's a golden opportunity for you. Have your paper and pencil handy. If you can sing, dance, do comedy, magic, drama, play an instrument, anything at all, you can appear on Stairway to Stardom. Simply contact this special number and you'll get all the information concerning your interview, the production fee, and your taping date. If you have talent, you deserve to be seen by producers, casting directors, and booking agents, not to mention your own friends and family, which is really the best part of all. Now, here's the number to write to. Write to Frank Massey, Stairway to Stardom, Post Office Box 1061, Rockefeller Center Station, New York, New York, 10185. You can be featured on this popular cable TV show. And maybe next week, we'll be watching you when you take that first step on Stairway to Stardom.
Okay, so notice that she mentioned a production fee, and that was all part of the deal. So who wound up appearing on Stairway to Stardom? Well, it was a very full cast of people, singers and dancers and actors, all kinds of performers. This was one of the first shows I remember watching when I started watching public access in New York in the early 80s. I saw this E.B. Day, who we just saw, and the host, Frank Massey, and I was hooked. So let's take a look at some of the acts that appeared on Stairway to Stardom, some of my personal favorite acts that were on Stairway to Stardom. And we're going to start with a guy named Dante.
We're going to have an extra treat for you. So we're going to have Dante and...
By the way, this is obviously Frank Massey. If you've been watching these TV watch parties, we've talked about Frank and shown him before on Beyond Vaudeville. But here he is hosting Stairway to Stardom and introducing Dante.
With Jerry King backing him up. Well, here's Dante singing a song for you, okay?
This land is mine. God gave this land to me. This great and ancient land to me. And when the morning sun reveals new hills and plains, then I see a land where children can run free. So take my hand and walk this land with me. This brave and golden land with me. Though I am just a man, when you are by my side, with the help of God, I know I can be strong.
Wow, how great is this guy? I mean, he kind of reminds me of, he's kind of like a Will Ferrell character, but he also is just something right out of The Producers, like LSD's assistant in The Producers. Matthew Fuller is saying he's no Mel Torme. Mark Thorner is saying Frank Massey was New York Cable's Ted Mack. Yes, very, very true. He was kind of like the Ted Mack. Okay, so Stairway to Stardom had two themes. There was one that Frank sang himself, the Stairway to Stardom theme, and there was another Stairway to Stardom theme that was done by a band, All the King's Men, that also appeared on the show. And here is that band, All the King's Men, not singing the Stairway to Stardom theme, but doing a pretty special number nonetheless.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, right now we'd like to give you a popular tune that just came out on the charts. We'd like to give you our version of the song.
Wow. Yeah, that was All the King's Men. Some of the comments, Matthew Fuller saying, I pledge allegiance to Neil Diamond. A couple of comments here that it is reminiscent of an SCTV sketch. It reminds me of Tony Orlando would actually do that number in the MDA telethon, and it kind of reminds me of that too. Top Rock says it's like Gino Vanelli, and Matthew Fuller says, am I the only one dancing naked in my kitchen right now? Well, Matthew, I'm not dancing naked in my kitchen. I can tell you that. I don't know about everyone else who's watching right now. It just seems like a lot of fans here. Michael Tamaro saying Carmine Raguso. Yeah, there is a bit of that going on. Yeah, so I want to thank DMC DMC123 for participating in the super chat. Thank you very much. And DMC123, you're asking, did Stairway to Stardom ever do live shows? Not that I was ever aware of. The show started around 1979 and ran throughout the 80s. And I don't remember any live shows, at least none that were being promoted, because I sure would have been there. Okay, so let's take a look at some more talent from Stairway to Stardom. There were a number of kids that appeared on Stairway to Stardom, often dancing and singing. That was what we would see the most. This is a kid named Joe Rafano. And he does an adult song, and someone had mentioned in the chat like how catchy that version of America was, and it is, right? It's like, it's a little, a little on the cheesy side, but it's still, entertaining to hear and listen to, and we have the same here with Joe Rafano.
Never seen you looking so lovely as you did tonight. I never seen you shine so bright. Never seen so many men ask if you wanted to dance. They're looking for a little romance. Give one half a chance. I have never seen that dress you're wearing, or the highlights in your hair that catch your eyes. I have been blind, lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. There's nobody here. It's just you and me. It's where I wanna be, but I hardly know. There's beauty by my side. I'll never forget the way you look tonight. Never seen you looking so gorgeous as you did tonight. I never saw you shine so bright. You were amazing. Never seen so many people wanna be there by your side. And when you turned to me and smiled, it took my breath away. I have never had such a feeling of complete and utter love as I do tonight, lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. There's nobody here. It's just you and me. It's where I wanna be, but I hardly know. There's beauty by my side. I'll never forget the way you look tonight. I never will forget the way you look tonight, lady in red, lady in red, my lady in red.
There's no about this. This fella has a fine voice. Fine voice.
you.
No wonder that you won on Star Search that week.
Oh, thank you.
Say, speaking of Star Search, you got the cassette here for that?
Yes, I do. Yes,
Good.
I do.
How old are you, Joe?
14.
14.
Mhm.
And on Star Search, you was what? 12?
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time I heard you was about 3 years ago.
And there you have it. Some of you mentioned in chat that you've seen this clip of him. And yes, and that was why I think I had mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I've hesitated to show clips of Stairway to Stardom because unlike a lot of the shows that I've shown you where, I recorded these shows off air and a lot of them just kind of vanished and they don't exist anywhere that I've seen them. Stairway to Stardom, a lot of these clips have survived, and they've survived because a guy I know, a friend, Mitch Friedman, actually went and met with Frank Massey when he was still alive. Frank died, when did he die? Frank died in 2013. He lived to be age 88, Frank Massey, the host of Stairway to Stardom. But some years before he died, Mitch Friedman and a friend, looked him up and contacted him, went to go visit him in Brooklyn, and convinced him to let them digitize all his original 3/4-inch tapes. Now, he didn't have all his shows because he recorded over a lot of the tapes. But the shows that he did have, he, let these guys borrow. They said they were going to be doing a documentary on public access, which they never did. But thankfully, they were able to preserve all these videos, which is, why they exist in such a clean form and why we see so many of them on the internet now. And it's really among the few public access shows from New York in the 80s that really survived well. And it was largely because of Mitch being such a good archivist. I want to thank Dirk Vandenberg for contributing to the super chat. Thank you, Dirk. Thank you also to DMC123 and Jose Montano. These super chat contributions go toward digitizing more and more of this stuff so we can all watch together. And hi, everyone who is joining us late. Emily Cappy, hello to you. And who else is new in here? Top Rock saying that Joe Rafano looked like Damien from Omen 2. Dennis Devine pointing out his pleated slacks. Yeah. So, and Sheriff Brackett saying that he was putting Chris de Burgh to shame. Yeah, even the way he did his in that song. So let's take a look at another star from Stairway to Stardom. And this is Jimmy Schwartzman. Let's welcome Jimmy to the stage.
Our next guest is a fine singer. Let's bring him out. Jimmy Schwartzman, right? Here he is, Jimmy Schwartzman.
What good is sitting alone in your room? Come hear the music play. Come to the cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. Put down the knitting, the book, and the broom. Come hear the music play. Come to the cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. Come taste the wine. Come hear the band. Come blow your horn. Start celebrating right this way. Your table's waiting. No use forbidding some prophet of doom to wipe every smile away. Come to the cabaret, old chum. Life is a cabaret, old chum. So come to the cabaret.
You know, I like to let the audience
pretty
know.
good.
I like to let him know that he had no idea what he was going to sing today, right? You had no idea whatsoever, huh? He just came. That's a trooper for you, too. Have you been singing long, Jim?
Well, yeah, I guess I've licensed 11 years.
11 years? That's quite a while. How old are you?
Well, I'm 19.
19. Well, you got a long way to go, yeah. The stairway to stardom, you know. You got to study hard.
It's exciting, yeah.
You taking any lessons from anybody? Vocal lessons?
Not now, not right now.
You want to, but you do want to pursue this career?
Yeah. Well, I also want to pursue being a musical actor.
Have you done any shows or anything?
Yes, since I was 12 years old. Hello, Dolly, Fiddler on the Roof,
Oh,
Guys
really?
and Dolls.
That's quite a
Hide and
resume,
Seek.
yeah. Well, good luck to you. This is Jimmy Schwartzman, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow. So an interesting thing about Jimmy Schwartzman, I did a recurring segment on The Daily Show where I would introduce public access clips. And I showed that clip. And Jon Stewart had mentioned that he had heard from Colin Quinn, who, you know, they were friendly comics going way back, and had heard that from Colin Quinn that Jimmy Schwartzman, who we just watched, was Colin Quinn's cousin. So it's a small world, I guess. So anyway, if you're just joining us, we are watching classic public access show clips. And tonight we've been focusing, well, let's see, we initially watched a report on Channel J, which was leased access in New York. And we've been looking at clips now of Stairway to Stardom hosted by Frank Massey. And some of you are mentioning in chat that you're familiar with the Stairway to Stardom clips. And it wouldn't be right to do a tribute to Stairway to Stardom without showing this clip. And this was actually mentioned by someone in the chat. Lucille Catalo singing her song Hairdresser. So if you have seen this, I'm sure you're going to enjoy seeing it again. If you haven't seen it before, you're going to love it. So let's watch Lucille Catalo.
My next guest, she's the only female on the show, and she's a beautiful female at that. Her name is Lucille Catalo. I had her on the show once before, and I just had to have her back. Okay, Lucille, there she is. How you, doll? Here we are.
Whoa, hairdresser, 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 would you set me up, make a little wave or two, make me into something new, 'cause I am so blue. I'll give you a chance, 'cause I wanna dance. And if you really would, it would be understood. I'll make sure I tip you good. Cut my hair, it won't behave. Set it up with gel and a wave. 1 or 2 ringlets. Keep the top a little wet. Hey, don't get so upset. I think something's wrong. You're taking much too long. Are you sure this piece looks great? I'm worried, I'm tired, I'm late. I want it just like yours. Perhaps it'll open new doors. It's confidence I like. Maybe you'll bring it all back. Tease it up. What a tease. What a tease. What a tease. Tease it up. What a tease. What a tease. What a tease. What a tease. A tease. What a tease. Tease a Louise. Tease
know she's not out to please. How can a model drink beer from a bottle? That's why they call her Teaser Louise. Teaser Louise, Teaser Louise. I know she's not out to please. When you endure through all that's in store, you'll overcome, Teaser Louise. And she says, please, 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 please. Hairdresser, hairdresser, whoa, hairdresser, hairdresser, oh, hairdresser, 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 oh, hairdresser, 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 oh, hairdresser, 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 oh, whoa, whoa, hairdresser, 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 oh, hairdresser, ooh, 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 hairdresser, 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 tease my hair, hairdresser, 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 oh, 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 tease my hair, hairdresser, hairdresser, oh, oh.
Thank you. Hi, come here, Lucy. Do you remember the last time you were on the show? How long ago was that?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Gee, yeah, I've been on about 5 years, huh? You're prettier than ever, you know that? Uh-huh. And you sing prettier than ever, too.
Thank
and you're going to, I know you only brought one number, but you're going to be on the show again, aren't you?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Hey, you enjoy being on the show? You a little nervous?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh, a little bit. Okay.
Little.
Okay. Lucille Catalo, everybody.
Frank often kissed the women on the lips on his show, including some of the kids, the girls that were on the show. And there are some videos out there on YouTube with people analyzing Frank Massey and him kissing all these women and girls on the lips. So you can dive into that on your own time at some point. So if you're just tuning in, we are looking at some classic public access clips from the 80s and 90s. Specifically right now, we've been watching some highlights from Stairway to Stardom, which was a great talent show on public access in New York throughout the 80s. This is we were looking before at Joe Rafano.
Friday night I crash your party.
That was a kid singing Lady in Red, which was kind of an inappropriate song for a kid. And here's another inappropriate song for a kid. So let's watch Michael Baez singing a Billy Joel song.
Saturday I said I'm sorry. Sunday came and trashed me out again. I was only having fun, wasn't hurting anyone. And we all enjoy the weekend for a change. I've been stranded in the combat zone. I walk through Bedford style. I even rode my motorcycle in the rain. And you told me not to drive, but I made it home alive. So you said that only proves that I'm insane. You may be right, I may be crazy, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the lights, don't try to save me. You may be wrong, for all I know you may be right. electric chair. I told you dirty jokes until you smiled. You were lonely for a man. I said, take me as I am, 'cause you might enjoy some madness for a while. Now think of all the years you tried to find someone to satisfy you. I might be as crazy as you say. If I'm crazy, then it's true that it's all because of you, and you wouldn't want me any other way. You may be right, I may be crazy, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the lights, don't try to save me. You may be wrong, for all I know you may be right.
How do you choose a favorite Stairway to Stardom clip? It's pretty much impossible. You know, it's that one is definitely right up there with my top three, I'd say. Sheriff Brackett is saying, now do Captain Jack. Sheriff Brackett also mentions that he needed Liberty DeVito on the drums. That's funny that you know Liberty DeVito, Sheriff Brackett. He's from my hometown, actually. Billy Joel's drummer, longtime drummer. And let's see, Matthew Fuller said they should have handed out free cough drops. Yeah, he seemed to be clearing his throat quite a bit in that. DMC 123 wondering if he really did walk through Bedford-Stuyvesant alone. Not sure. It does seem unlikely. It also seems unlikely that he rode his motorcycle in the rain. Let's see, Michael tomorrow also saying it's Bobby Brady with a lazy eye. Greg A saying reminds him of Freddie Mercury. Yeah. So anyway, if you're just joined us, we are watching some classic clips from the public access show Stairway to Stardom, which was one of the great public access shows of the 80s in New York City. I want to thank everyone who is participating so far in the Super Chat. Your contributions go toward digitizing some of this magic from the many VHS tapes that I have. Thank you, Jose Montano. Thank you, DMC123. Thank you, Dirk Vandenberg. Thank you all. And thank you, everybody, for checking this out and joining us once again for more fun with these public access shows. So I think it is only right that we actually watch Frank Massey singing one of his songs. Frank would often sing on the show. And as I mentioned earlier, he did sing on a Beyond Vaudeville episode. But here's Frank singing on his own show. Stairway.
Why don't you do a number for us, okay?
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
By the way, that woman there is Tilly. That was Frank's wife. Let's hear Frank singing one of his songs.
The top, fellas. Climb aboard a butterfly and take off in the breeze. Let your worries flutter by, do the things you please. In a land where dollar bills are falling off the trees, on a dreamer's holiday. Every day for breakfast, there's a dish of scrambled stars. And for luncheon, you'll be munching rainbow candy bars. You'll be living Alamo on Jupiter and Mars, on a dreamer's holiday. And make it a long vacation, time there is plenty of. You need no reservation, just bring along the one you love. Help yourself to happiness and sprinkle it with mirth. Close your eyes and concentrate, dream for all your worth. You will feel terrific when you get back down to...
Okay, it's not right for me to interrupt the song midway, but here we have any viewers at home know who this guy is? He actually appeared twice on Beyond Vaudeville, accompanying guests. And he was a fixture on public access in New York because he would also appear sometimes on the Arthur Grundig show. It just seemed anytime that a public access show needed a drummer, this guy was there. Greg A is Greg A is suggesting Charlie Watts. Very good guess, Greg A, but no, that's not correct. And in fact, when this guy appeared on one of our Beyond Vaudeville episodes, he showed up with a rug on, and you know, I didn't know if he was just kidding around or because, you know, he never would wear a rug, but I think he just decided he was going to dress up a little bit for that appearance. Sheriff Brackett guessed correctly, Hal Green. And Arthur Grundig used to call him Smilin' Hal Green, ironically, and would actually talk about that right in front of Hal. Arthur Grundig would say, and we got Smilin' Hal Green, and, you know, I call him Smilin' because he's never smiling. And anyway, let's listen to the rest of this song. Frank Massey, Stairway to Stardom.
On a dreamer's holiday, yeah, 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 yeah. On a dreamer's holiday. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So there we have it. Those are some highlights, some of my favorite acts that appeared on Stairway to Stardom with Frank Massey. And there are more, and maybe we'll share some more another night, but I didn't think that we should allow Frank to monopolize the entire evening here. So I showed a couple of weeks ago, I think, some Elton and Betty White. They were a couple, an actual couple. I think they were originally from Little Rock, Arkansas. And they ended up out in Los Angeles, in Venice. They were performers all the time on the boardwalk at Venice Beach, and they did a public access show where they would sing some of their songs. And the clips that we watched was them in a video store, and I found this little clip that I had of them actually doing one of their shows in the public access studio. And I'm hoping to find more of this in the collection. But let's take a look at a brief clip of Elton and Betty.
Sábado y domingo, música en español. Yo tocando para la gente y los niños y para ti. Música en español. Okay. Acá tocando right now. You ready? Una boca de gratiada, una boca de gratiada, patiga pati, y arriba, y arriba, potite, yo no soy marinero, soy una boca de gratitud, una boca de gratitud, la pálida, la México, la México, para ti, la bamba, me gusta.
Well, that was just a little taste of Elton and Betty White. So another performer that we watched early on in one of these TV watch parties was this guy, Leo Stella. And Leo would sit at his keyboard and do songs for like a half hour, right? Kind of like Wallowitch. If you've ever seen Wallowitch, he was a guest on Beyond Vaudeville. But Leo Stella started off kind of reserved when he started his run, and over time he started getting more and more out there. So I have some clips of Leo Stella that will show the transformation from him, kind of starting out with this sort of straight show playing, piano and like a piano bar type thing, and then just kind of, devolving as the weeks went on. So let's take a look at Leo Stella. Oh, by the way, let's see. Amanda Luss is saying Elton and Betty forever. Top Rock says elegant Elliot Offen. Wow, that's a name from the past. Yeah, I don't have any clips of Elegant Elliot Offen on doing public access, unfortunately. Okay, so if you're just joining us, we are watching classic public access clips from the 80s and 90s. I want to thank everyone who has participated so far in the super chat. Jose Montano, DMC123, and Dirk Vandenberg. And we are now going to watch some Leo Stella, which was from the 90s on public access in New York.
Not walk, one could not see, but they both were singing this song. When you're smiling, when you're smiling, yeah, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, just keep on laughing. You make the sun come shining through. But when you're crying, you bring on the rain. So stop your sighing. I'll be happy again. I keep on smiling. 'Cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. Well, it's been a wonderful time. I want to thank my guest, Mr. Chuck Prentice. Come in real quick and say hello to the people once again. Chuck, the illustrious Mr. Chuck Prentice. Always our pleasure. Always our pleasure.
Glad to see you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you again. Well, I'm going to get on here. I want to thank the folks the guys up on 10 for bringing me into your living room. I want to thank Melissa here in the studio. Always terrific and always a pleasure. I want to thank all the fine folk here at Friendly Manhattan Neighborhood Network for all their assistance and support in bringing this to you. And of course, I want to thank you for sharing part of your day with me. Till next time, keep a smile on your face. Try to see things from the other person's point of view. And above all, do as you would be done by. I used to worry, I used to hurry, always finding the rain. But now I've seen the light, I know wrong from right, and you'll never hear me complain. Oh, when you're smiling, oh yes, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, oh, keep on laughing, and the sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, yeah, you bring on the rain. Oh, stop your sighing. Come on, be happy again, and keep on smiling. Because when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. Yeah, keep on smiling. Because when you're the whole world smiles with you.
Okay, so we're watching Leo Stella, and Matthew Fuller is saying this is from a lost episode of Twin Peaks, and also suggesting that the mob might be after him. So anyway, I was saying earlier that, as the weeks went on, Leo Stella became just a little more and more out there. You can see in this appearance, he's got, you know, his open shirt, open almost to his navel here, and his songs were getting more suggestive. And so let's watch Leo Stella several weeks later.
I'll rock by your baby with a Dixie melody. When you cry, I'll put a tune from the heart of Dixie. Just hang my cradle on Mammy mine, right on that Mason-Dixon line. I'll swing it from Virginia to Tennessee with all the love that's in ya. I'll weep no more, my lady. Sing that song again for me. Sing old Black Joe, I'm just as old. You had me on your knee. A million baby kisses I'll deliver. The minute that you sing that Swanee River, rock by your rock, how by baby, with a Dixie melody. Won't you come over to my house? Won't you come over and play? I have a dolly, a plaything or two. I live in the house down the way. I'll give you candy and sweet things. I'll put your hair in a curl. Won't you come over to my house? We'll play like you're my little girl. Won't you come over to my house? Won't you come over and play? I have a puppy, a plaything or two. I live in the house down the way. I'll give you candy and the sweet things. I'll help you learn childhood's joy. Won't you come over to my house and play like you're my little boy? I'll give you candy and sweet things. Come, don't be timid or coy. Won't you come over to my house and play like you're my little boy? Won't you come over to my house and play like you're my little boy?
Okay, still hanging in there. This is Leo Stella that we're watching, and again, it was it was interesting to watch Leo kind of unravel as the weeks went on. Here we go with another number by Leo Stella.
Baby face, you got the cutest little baby face. There's not another one can take your place. Baby face, my heart is jumping. You sure have started something, baby face. I'm up in heaven when I'm in your fond embrace. I didn't need a shot, 'cause I just fell in love with your pretty baby face. I like babies. Baby face, I'd love to stick it in your baby face. It's so much cleaner than the other place. Baby face, my poor heart is jumping. Just keep your jaws a-pumping, baby face. I'm up in heaven when I'm in your fond embrace. I didn't need a shove, it was an act of love in your pretty baby face. I didn't need a shove, 'cause I just fell in love with your pretty baby face.
Whoa, yeah. I know. This was public access in New York. You never knew what you were going to see. I think one of the weirdest things I ever saw was late one night putting on public access, and there was a guy naked in his apartment somewhere in the Lower East Side with his cat licking tuna fish off his body. So, this is mild to what we're looking at with Leo Stella compared to what else was out there. Yeah, you never knew what you were going to see. Joy Coquette, thank you so much for participating in the super chat. And I know you've done that before, so really appreciate it. This goes towards our digitizing of all these VHS tapes of these classic public access shows. Joy, you're saying that your parents used to sing that song to you. I presume it wasn't that version. I presume it was the traditional version. And I'm sure that's a very good memory. And I hope seeing Leo Stella sing his version of it isn't going to tarnish that memory for you. Let's see. Cardboard Clown said haunting pan in. Yeah, he did that himself. He would control the camera and panned in like that. Matthew Fuller saying Satan is real. This proves it. Let's see. Dennis Devine saying Frank Stella becoming more and more unhinged as these clips progress. Dennis, not Frank Stella. Let's not confuse him with the famous artist. This was Leo Stella, who was also an artist of a sort, I guess, but not quite Frank Stella. Randy McCommon, thank you also for contributing to the super chat, and everyone who has, including Jose Montana, DMC123, Dirk Vandenberg, Joy Coquette, and as I said, Randy McCommon. Thank you all. Joy says, cracking up, no trauma. Good, Joy. I'm glad that didn't tarnish your your memory of that song with your parents. Okay, so now I thought we would look at some more of Coco Colos. I ran some Coco Colos a couple of weeks ago, and a number of you seemed to enjoy it. So I thought we could bring Coco back. And this is Coco Colos, another New York City public access personality from the 1990s. And she has a crystal ball and is taking phone calls. So let's bring up Coco Colos.
Your question, and then I'm going to take the phone call, and then you're going to be on the air with your question, and the ball is going to answer. The ball is going to make decision for you. The ball is going to guide you. All right? Okay, so I'm taking the first phone call. You got it?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, who is this?
Mario from New York.
Okay, Miles, what is your question? Something that you haven't figured out, which way to turn, and you need to make a decision now. The ball is there to help you.
Should I get married?
What?
Should I get married?
Okay, Miles is saying, should I get married?
Correct.
Okay, concentrate. I want you to concentrate because it cannot work if you don't concentrate.
Okay, I'm concentrating.
Concentrate on the ball. And we are asking if Miles is going to get married. Big silence.
What do you think?
It's not me. It's the ball. Is Miles going to get married? All right? It doesn't, it answers when it wants. It doesn't want to answer. Do you have another question? Let's see.
No, that's it.
That's it?
What about you? I heard you were an exhibitionist and you don't exhibit anything.
What?
I heard you were an exhibitionist and you don't exhibit anything.
Of course I do. What am I doing here?
You're dressed.
I'm exhibiting myself, but being on is...
What about nude?
No, this is not exhibition. Exhibitionism for me is dressing up. It's coming up with costume.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and exhibitionism is also exhibiting your mind and your thought and your feeling and your guts.
So what are your feelings about marriage?
Haven't you thought about it? What do you think? Exhibitionism, is that showing some tits? You're wrong, my dear. Hey, you're very simplistic. Exhibitionism is showing up your guts and having the guts to show your guts. That's what exhibition is, my dear. So think about it. And as far as you getting married, maybe you should grow up a little bit and know when you put your underwear, which side is the front and which side is the back. All right, goodbye now.
Bye.
All right, who is on?
Whew, that caller really set Coco Colos off. Let's see. What do we have here? Cale Jones is saying, having been born in 2005, I never really got a chance to experience the era of vaudeville. Thankfully, I can watch reruns of Beyond Vaudeville. It helps me get through the stresses of EMT schooling. Wow, Cale Jones, that's cool that you're going through EMT schooling. I'm sure that's not easy work and not easy schooling. And it's shocking to hear that you were born in 2005, given that I was recording these shows that we're watching tonight. I was recording off TV in the 80s and 90s. So, and I will point out that vaudeville was already dead by the time I was a kid. Vaudeville didn't even exist. So, but what you're seeing when you watch the old Beyond Vaudeville shows is you are seeing some people that did have roots going back to burlesque. People like Joey Faye and some of our other guests actually had, worked in those earlier days of burlesque and maybe toward the end of vaudeville. Vaudeville was very early in the 20th century. So anyway, thanks for watching, Cale Jones. I'm glad you're joining us and that you can appreciate this, having been born in 2005. And Matthew Fuller points out the street singer. Yes, Arthur Tracy. Actually, you're correct, Matthew. Arthur Tracy would have sung in vaudeville. Arthur Tracy was our only guest who was on Beyond Vaudeville, who was actually born in the 1800s. I think he was born in like 1898 or somewhere very late in the 1800s. David Lether is asking, did Gretchen Wiener have her own program? No, Gretchen did not, David. However, Gretchen was a frequent guest on the Richard Rothman show, which we've watched clips of on here, and we'll watch more. I've got plenty of Richard Rothman clips. Just have to get around to having them digitized. And I'm thanking everyone in the Super Chat who has contributed to help with that digitizing. Jose Montano, DMC123, Dirk Vandenberg, Joy Coquette, and Randy McCommon. Thank you all for participating in that Super Chat. And Dennis Devine says, early TV actually lent itself to old vaudevillians to perform on variety shows as filler. Yes, Dennis, that's true. The Ed Sullivan show would have old vaudeville acts on there. That's true. DMC123 points out that Joe Franklin was a connection to vaudeville. Well, DMC, Joe Franklin was on, New York radio pretty early on. I don't know. I'm sure he had many guests actually that had performed in vaudeville. That's true. And Dark 33, Inception 33, R3D Room. That is a long chat name you have there, Dark. Asking, was Melissa Gabriel, who was our announcer on Oddville, was she a fan of Beyond Vaudeville before she started Oddville? I did an interview with her not too long ago, Dark, that you can find at Beyond Vaudeville. And she shares in that interview that she and her sister could remember watching Beyond Vaudeville on public access before Oddville came along. And she was watching because of the puppets, I think she had said. Okay, let's... there's another person that we watched a couple of weeks ago that there was also a great response to, and that was the great Daryl Nathan, host of the great Daryl Nathan Entertainment Show. And I thought, since you seem to enjoy him so much, that I'd share with you another rare show that he did. There are some of his shows that you can find on YouTube. This is the late, great Daryl Nathan. But I haven't seen this one elsewhere online. So let's take a look at some Daryl Nathan with the great Daryl Nathan Show.
The great Daryl Nathan Entertainment Show. The great Daryl Nathan Entertainment Show. Woo!
If you're just tuning in, we are watching the great Daryl Nathan Entertainment Show. Daryl Nathan was a sensation in Michigan, where he would do his original songs. I guess much like Leo Stella in front of a keyboard, but a very different kind of vibe than Leo that we were watching earlier. And Dennis Devine is saying, video production overkill aside, you have to acknowledge that Nathan was pretty darn good on a keyboard. Yeah, he was an original for sure, Dennis. DMC123 says Arthur Brown meets Little Richard meets LSD. That's an interesting way of describing it. Scott Dog says this guy's awesome. And Jayadev Yoga contributing to the super chat. Thank you, Jayadev. And Jayadev says, now I am in heaven. Okay, let's go back and watch more of the great Daryl Nathan Entertainment Show.
teenagers, and everybody in television land. This is yours truly, the great Daryl Nathan's entertainment show, coming to you live from WKTV, channel 50. All right, these songs are dedicated to each and every one. I have a request. It's called The Night is Young. Look out!
Wow. You know, that as I was listening to that, it kind of felt like his version of Roadrunner, you know, the early Modern Lovers Roadrunner vibe. I got a little bit of that feel. A lot of comments about the camera work here. So, yeah, the wipes and the camera work, it is frustrating to watch. But as someone pointed out in here, where was it? Someone had mentioned that Top Rock says that the effect was new. Yeah, these were like toys that were being, you know, overused in public access studios. And on occasion, it happened on some episodes of Beyond Vaudeville. There were times where, you know, we always had our person, Steve, in the booth, but he had to work beside a director at the public access studio. And sometimes the director you never knew who the director was going to be, and they would sometimes get carried away. So there are some episodes of Beyond Vaudeville where it's kind of frustrating because they're experimenting with like putting people's faces onto other people's faces and, doing these effects with split screen that are just kind of cheesy and kind of take you out of the moment. So I feel for you. I know what you're experiencing as you watch the great Daryl Nathan. There's a little too much experimentation with the camera work and the effects. But we still have the great Daryl Nathan. So can we really complain? Mitchotron is saying in chat, back in the 80s, they had a couple of public access shows. Then they went to work for the cable company and had to supervise them. So they saw both sides. Now it's YouTube, but I miss this vibe. Yeah, Mitchotron, that's an interesting perspective that you have, that you did both sides. I wonder if you have a collection of public access shows yourself from wherever you were living when you were working on public access. And I want to thank everyone who has participated so far in the Super Chat, which goes toward digitizing all these classic public access clips. Thanks to Jose Montano, DMC123, Dirk Vandenberg, Joy Coquette, Randy McCommon, and Jayadev Yoga. Thank you all. So let's go back and watch some more of the great Daryl Nathan.
All right. We're moving on. Moving on. I would like to say thank you for your comments about the television show. It's very important that you and your family too are watching. Thank you so much. I also would like to say, send us your letters down here at WKTV, Channel 50, and let us know about the show. We appreciate it so much. All right, we're moving on. It's good This song is dedicated to all of the single couples and all the lesbians and homosexuals out there, whatever the couples may be. This song is a special dedication to all of those. It's good to be free. I done things that were wrong. I need your sweet loving tender care all around me, every day, every minute, every hour of the year. It's good to be free. This song is dedicated to all the young people that's in love. You may say, I'm a homosexual. This song is dedicated to you. You may say, I'm a lesbian. This song is dedicated to you. You may say, I'm a transvestite. And this song is dedicated to you. It's good to be free. Free. It's good to be free. Don't you like to be free? To go where you want to go. Darling, I know sometimes I've done things that were wrong. I need your sweet and loving tender care all around me, every day, every minute, every hour of the year. It's good to be free. 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 It's good to be free. All right.
Wow, how about that, huh? I want to thank Amanda Lust for participating in the super chat. Amanda Lust, who actually does an impression of David Greene. Amanda Lust, if you are check, I just sent you a message. So in case you're up for it, I'd like to bring you on and share with anyone who hasn't seen it your David Greene impression. So if you're game, just hit that invite that I sent you. So thank you to the others too who have contributed to Super Chat tonight. Jaya Dev Yoga, Randy McCommont, Joy Coquette, Dirk Vandenberg, DMC123, and Jose Montano. And it looks like Amanda has joined. So I'm going to bring Amanda up.
Hello.
Hey, Amanda, thanks for coming on just on the spot like that.
Oh, of course.
So some people in here might have seen your impression of David Greene, which was phenomenal. How long did you work on doing that impression?
I mean, like rehearsing it, I kind of just, it took me about 2 months to just go through the whole like bit over and over, but I don't know, I cut my hair and then I realized that I definitely looked like him even more. So that's kind of where it came from.
So what is really strange in speaking with you, because we haven't spoken in person before, is that you naturally have a lot of David Greene's mannerisms.
Yeah.
Without even doing the impression.
Right.
So that is very peculiar. Anyway, if anyone in here is watching and has not seen Amanda's amazing impression, I think it's Bird Egg. Is that your handle? Is that what we
Yes.
call it?
Yes. Yeah. Bird egg. Just one word.
Okay. And so do you do any other lines from David Greene's appearances other than what we saw? You did an impression of when David actually hosted Beyond Vaudeville.
I mean, I'm trying to get down the yeah right, but I have to work on that a little bit more.
Working on it. Okay, great. And well, I thank you so much, Amanda, for jumping in here. What have you enjoyed tonight that we've watched? Any favorites?
I'm the Stairway to Stardom stuff is always fun, but I mean, I just enjoy all of it. Like it's all so great.
Great. Well, thank you for joining us every week and or most weeks that we do this, and really appreciate your support of the shows of Beyond Vaudeville and Oddville. And yeah, thank you very much for that.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
All right, Amanda, we're going to go back to some Daryl Nathan. Are you good with that?
Absolutely. Let's go.
All right. All right. Let's bring back the great Daryl Nathan.
Right? We're moving on. Have another request. The sun is shining bright in my eyes. The sun was shining bright in my eyes. You know, darling, my mind starts to thinking just how sweet your loving is to me. I can feel it shining bright, shining, shining, shining bright in my eyes. Long, 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 I can feel it shining bright in my eyes. I can feel it in the night, shining, 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 shining. The sun was shining bright in my eyes. Want some more? Okay, check it out.
All right, we are watching the great Daryl Nathan from the Great Daryl Nathan Entertainment Show from Michigan. And Thunder X just said that they're in the house a little late, but made it. Thunder X, when you come in right before the end of a live stream, that's not a little late. But we'll apologize. We'll let you get away with that, Thunder X, because you've come here before. So you get this one time that you're allowed to do that. And Thunder X, you can watch this replay at Beyond Vaudeville on YouTube, just as you can watch any of the public access TV watch parties that we've done. But what you'll discover is what we've been watching, which has been some great stuff. We've been watching, first we saw a report on Channel J, leased access in New York City back in the 90s. We were watching lots of clips of Stairway to Stardom, the great late Frank Massey presenting his talent cavalcade. We saw some more of Elton and Betty White. We watched the amazing Leo Stella. And we've just been watching the great Daryl Nathan entertainment show. And in the middle of all this, we had a special guest star. And if you haven't yet seen Amanda Lust's impression of David Greene, I recommend that you find it. Amanda's can be found on Instagram as Bird Egg, Birdegg. And you can see her amazing impression of David Greene. But we had a live appearance by Amanda just a short while ago. So I want to thank you all for continuing to support everything we do at Beyond Vaudeville and Oddville. And don't forget to get your shirt at the Beyond Vaudeville shop at Etsy. Let's see, Dennis Devine is saying they like having watch parties on Friday nights, by the way. Also, Dennis, earlier this evening, there's another episode of Oddville that has just been posted to at Beyond Vaudeville on YouTube. And there will be several of those coming over the next upcoming Fridays. So keep an eye out for that. Dirk Vandenberg says, going to check out Amanda now. Yes, Dirk, you should. It's a great impression. Joy Coquette says, these parties are very important. Joy, I'm glad you feel that way. I appreciate all of you showing up for these. And we'll do more as time goes on. So thank you, everybody, for joining tonight or today, wherever you are in the world. Keep spreading the word on Beyond Vaudeville. If you haven't already, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to at Beyond Vaudeville on YouTube and on Instagram and on Facebook. And Amanda Lust is saying thanks, thank you. And keep spreading the word, everybody. See you soon. Bye.